Hello and welcome, number Hunter 91 here, and picked up the Cyberse Link structure deck earlier today. There's the list of everything that's in it. So we've got the 3 new Link monsters, Enko Talker, Trigate Wizard and Binary Sorceress, some brilliant reprints, Dimensional Barrier, Cosmic Cyclone up here, Soul Charge, don't know how many times that's had a reprint. So I'm going to open it up and go through it. You obviously also get the playmat as well. So we're going to go straight into it. I have got 2 more of these as well, but I'm only going to show one on the video obviously because they're all the same. So to start off with, you get your beginner's guide, which is always handy just to refresh your memory on. And you get the 2-player the 1-player playmat that's double-sided with the 3 monsters from this deck on it, Enko Talker, Binary Sorceress and Trigate Wizard at the other end. Right, so it gives you little bits of extra monster zones as well, and then on the back of it basically gives you like the advanced battling stuff. I do apologise for it being so close up. So it just gives you bits and pieces. Shows you plays that you can do and whatnot. And again, just reconfirms what the deck list is on the back. So let's have some fun getting the deck out. There we go. So you now get a Duel Links card with this. I have no idea about it. I don't actually play Duel Links myself, but I am aware that it is going to be coming to Steam soon, if I remember rightly, on the PC, which will be really nice. I might actually play it then. Unfortunately my phone can't play it. Blimey, they make these difficult to get into. So obviously got Enko Talker at the front there, but a little bit of info there on the Duel Links. Hopefully zoom in on the QR code. So if you want to scan that, you're more than welcome to. That'll load up the Duel Links in your relative app store if it's iPhone, the Apple App Store or Google Play. So might use that as a, could you possibly use that as a token? Might just have to write token across it, but don't mind that. So to start off with, we've obviously got the main card, which is Enko Talker. Although some people would say it's not the main card. The main card's Trigate in this one. But Enko Talker is a light link free attack 2300. It requires 2+ Cyberse monsters. Once per turn before damage calculation, if your monster this card points to battles an opponent's monster with a higher attack than it, you can make that monster unable to be destroyed by that battle. Also, you take no battle damage from that battle. And then after that damage calculation, have this card or one monster it points to gain attack equal to the attack of the battled opponent's monster until the end of the turn. So if you've got another monster sitting here underneath it, and this attacks into, say, a Bills, you can then make Enko Talker gain the extra or something like that, which pretty good. It's a little annoying that it's bottom right and not bottom left, because I have a tendency to use the right hand extra monster zone, so I'm having to start using the left a little bit more with this one. Then we have Trigate Wizard, which is one of the sought after cards in this deck. It is an Earth, link free with 2200 attack. Requires 2+ monsters except tokens. And it gains effects based on the number of monsters co-linked to it, which require the 2 link markers to be pointing at each other. So like that, these 2 here, that class as co-link. For those of you that aren't sure, if it is co-linked with 1 or more monsters, it gets this effect, if a monster co-linked to this card battles an opponent's monster, any battle damage it inflicts to your opponent is doubled. And if it's 2 or more, once per turn you can target one card on the field and banish it, so it doesn't destroy, which is really nice. And then if it's co-linked to 3 with its arrows, once per turn when a card or effect is activated and it's a quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, banish that card. So it's really, really good, especially if you can get it out with a link, with it all 3 markers co-linked on it as well. And then last but not least is Binary Sorceress for the extra deck in the structure deck. It is a link to Cyberse Earth with 1600 attack. Requires 2 monsters except tokens. This card gains effects based on the number of monsters co-linked to it. So if it's 1 or more, when a monster co-linked to this card battles an opponent's monster and inflicts battle damage to them, you then gain the same amount of damage in life points. And if it's co-linked to 2, once per turn, quick effect, you can target 2 face-up monsters you control. Until the end of this turn, you halve the attack of one monster, and if you do, add that lost attack to the other, which helps for the OTKs and FTKs, which is really, really nice. So onto the main deck, we start off with Abyss Assemb Worm. Apologies for mucking up the name on that one. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can banish 2 other Cyberse monsters from your hand and or face up from your field. Special summon this card, but its attack becomes halved. You can only use this effect once per the name of the monster once per turn. It's a hard once per turn. Once per turn, you can banish 1 card from your hand to banish 1 monster on the field with attack less than or equal to this card. So if you bring it out and it's 2800, you can banish any monster with 27,199 attack points or less, basically. Or equal to, so it's 2800 or less. But obviously if it's halved, it's 1400 or less. Then we have Signet Backdoor, which is a quick play spell. Target 1 Cyberse monster you control, banish it, and if you do, add 1 Cyberse monster from deck to hand whose attack is lower than the monster's original attack. During your next standby phase, return that monster banished by this effect to the field, and it can attack directly that turn, but you can only activate 1 Signet Backdoor per turn. So although it's a quick play, it has its uses with another card that's in this deck, which I'll come to in a bit. So we have a new vanilla, which is Digitron. So it's an Earth Cyberse, 1500 attack, 0 defense, and its flavor text is a subspecies found in an electronic space. There's little information on it. Okay, fair enough. Then we have Dot Scraper, which again, Earth Cyberse, this one's a level 1. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon it. If this card is banished, you can special summon it. You can only use each effect once per turn, and you can only use each effect once per duel. So you can get uses of both of them, but that would be it for the duel, which isn't too bad. It does allow you to make good use of it. So you can send it, if it's sent to the graveyard, you special summon it, goes to the graveyard again. You can't special summon it again, but if you find a way of banishing it, you can then special it out again to give you the 3 uses of it. Then we have Cleant, which again, this one is a light Cyberse, level 3, 1500 attack, 1500 defense, which isn't too bad for a level 3. While this normal summon / set card is face up on the field, all Cyberse monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense during your turn only, so it helps with the OTKs. If this card on the field would be destroyed by battle or card effect. You can destroy one Cyberse monster in your hand or face up on your field instead, so it has a little bit of a built-in protection as well, which is good for a level 3. On to the next one, which is Backlinker. I actually find the artwork of this one quite funny. Again, it's a level 3, but this one's a dark. If only your opponent controls a monster in the extra monster zone, you can special summon this card from your hand, so it's pretty good for that. If you gain second, you contribute this card, shuffle all monsters from the extra monster zones into the deck, but you cannot special summon from the extra deck yourself for the rest of the turn, which is a little annoying on that side of it if you use it. But to be honest, if you gain second, you're going to special it out, carry on with your plays, and it's going to end up in the grave anyway through link summoning. Balancer Lord. This is the card that has good synergy with Signet Backdoor. And so I'll go through its effect. Hopefully you'll understand why. Once per turn you can pay 1,000 life points. During your main phase this turn you can normal summon one Cyberse monster in addition to your normal summon or set. You can only gain this effect once per turn. Which is a little bit of a shame. So if you were to bring it back, you couldn't use its effect again to get another additional summon. But if this card is banished, you can special summon one level 4 or lower monster from your hand. So what you do is you use Signet Backdoor to banish the Balancer Lord, add any level 4 or lower monster with 1700 or less attack. No, it's got to be lower, so anything that's basically 1600 or lower into your hand with this, and then Balancer Lord, because it's banished, will activate in the new chain and be able to special it out on the field, so it's really good for that. But you can only use that effect once per turn. Then we have Rom Claudia. So we had Ram Clouder / Claudia in the Link Strike starter deck, so we've now got the Rom version. When this card is normal summoned, you can target one Cyberse monster in your graveyard except for itself, add it to your hand, which is half decent with some of the cards that are in here. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effects, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Cyberse monster from your deck except for itself. So it has basically a floating effect, which is quite nice. Boot Staggered. I've been looking forward to getting this one. When a Cyberse monster is normal summoned to your field, you can special summon this card from your hand, but you can only use that effect once per turn. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can special summon one Stag token with the stats Cyberse Earth level 1, attack 0, defense 0, which then allows you in main phase 2 to carry on with your plays. And it's got a beefy attack to it as well at 2300, which I quite like, although the defense leaves a lot to be desired. Common Cyberse Wizard. For those of you that don't know this one, once per turn you can target one attack position monster your opponent controls and change it to defense position, obviously except for links. And if you do, for the rest of this turn, your monsters cannot attack except attack that monster. But it gives you the plus side that if a Cyberse monster attacks a defense position monster, you inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. So really nice, especially if they are silly enough to have a monster with 0 defense on the field. Backup Secretary, again another reprint. If you control a Cyberse, you can special summon it from your hand, which is also a level 3. Stack Reviver, again it's another reprint. It's only come out a couple of sets ago. If it's used as a link material, you can target one of a level 4 or lower Cyberse monster in your graveyard that was used as a material for that summon and re-summon it in defense position. And you can only use that once per turn, so basically you can go into a link 2 and get one back, which then allows you to go link 3 and so on. Launcher Commander as a reprint. Tragodia, quite a nice reprint, haven't seen that reprinted for a while. Summoner Monk, possible. If you're playing enough spells, yeah, it's worth it to help go into your links. Card Trooper, doesn't really see play that much Debris Dragon, it's a tuner as well, so if you wanted to go down the synchro route, you can do. But when this is normal summoned, it allows you to target one monster with 500 or less attack in your graveyard and special summon that target in attack position, but its effects are negated. And this cannot be used as a synchro material except for a synchro summon of a dragon monster, but the other synchro materials cannot be level 4, so basically you go into anything that's not a level 8 synchro with this. Mathematician. So Mathematician can basically send Dot Scapper to the grave, and then Dot Scapper will special itself out because it's been sent to the graveyard, so that's handy. Plus if it's destroyed by battle and sent to the grave, you get to draw a card off of it. Crane targets a level 3 monster in your grave, special summons it. So again, easier, decent way of ranking. Magician of Faith doesn't really see play, but it's got the flip effect of being able to add a spell back to hand from the graveyard. Jester Confit, you can only control one Jester Confit at a time. You can special summon this card from your hand in attack position. If summoned this way during your opponent's next end phase, target one face-up monster your opponent controls, return both that target and this face-up card to the hand. To be honest, if you are specialing this out, you're going to be link summoning it anyway. Glow Up Bulb, nice to see that get another reprint. Kinkabayu again, it's got another reprint. This allows you to target one level 1 monster in your graveyard and special summon it, but banish it when it leaves the field. But it's only when this is normal or summoned or flipped face up. Once per turn during the end phase, if this card was normal summoned or flipped up, you can return it to the hand. So if you don't use it, you can get to reuse it basically. Soul Charge, just obviously help with the plays. Shuffle Reborn, it's good to see this get a reprint. I think it's only ever had one other reprint. Different Dimension Reincarnation, it's really good to see this get a reprint as well. Gold Sarcophagus, banish a card from your deck, second standby phase after its activation you add it to hand. Mind Control, really good. The last reprint of this was a gold set, and the print before that I know of was a game promo. So as you can see, Cosmic Cyclone, really decent reprint as a common. It's got secret already. It'd have been nice to have seen this as a super or an ultra instead, but can't have everything, can we? Moon Mirror Shield, that's just hilarious. Whereafter, so you can get to your level 1s, providing you control a level 1 on the board. Recoded Alive is actually quite decent. Allows you to target a link 3 Cyberse link monster you control is in the graveyard and banish it. And if you do, special summon one Code Talker, so it can be Decode Talker, Encode Talker, Code Talker when it comes out, and any of the others that have Code Talker in the name. And it allows you to special summon that from the extra deck. If you control no monsters in the extra monster zone, you can banish this card from your graveyard to target one of your banished Code Talker monsters and special summon it. So, pretty decent. Then we have Miracle's Wake. Target one monster that was destroyed by battle and sent to your graveyard this turn, special summon it. Whoop. I really didn't want that one. That went flying for me. Then we have Powerful Rebirth. Activate this card by targeting one level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. Increase its level by 1 and attack and defense by 100. When that monster is destroyed, destroy this card. So, yeah, not too sad. It's essentially a Call of the Haunted. Premature Return allows you to banish one card from your hand and target one of your banished monsters, special summon it in face down defense position. Okay. So if you're using flips, could possibly be worth it. Swamp Mirror, put my teeth back in. Activate this card by declaring one monster type and one attribute. So for instance, Light Cyberse or Earth Cyberse. Special summon this as a normal monster with a level 4 attack 1800, defense 1000 with that type and attribute, but it also classed as a trap card at the same time. So again, can help you with the links. You've got Quantum Cat, which is effectively the same, but it's just it's 0 attack to 2200 defense instead. But again, you declare a monster type and attribute, and that will assume them types and attributes as well. So they're really good for cards like Ib, World Chalice Priestess, that requires 2 monsters with the same attribute but different types. So you can change the type on one of them but keep the attributes the same, which is helpful. Storming Mirror Force, half decent reprint. It did just get a print as well in the Legendary Dragon decks as well, so in theory if you've picked up one of these and one of them, you've got 2 of them now. Then we have Dimensional Barrier, which again would have looked nice as a super or an ultra. We've got it as a secret. No, they've not errated it. Unfortunately, it doesn't hit links, so you can still link summon under this, which is a little bit of a shame, but again, it's still a nice one to have. And then finally we have Ghosts from the Past. Banish 2 monsters from your graveyard, then target 1 attack position monster on the field and change its attack to 0 until the end of the turn. So again, helps with the OTKs. But yeah, that's it for the deck. I actually quite like how they've put this one together, in all honesty. I'm going to have a little look at including the other two structure decks that I've brought, and see if I can get a budget deck profile up for you. The 3 decks cost me about 24 British pounds. Yeah, about 30 quid, as they are. But I'm going to do one deck profile just using 3 of these, and one deck profile using these and the Link Strike starter decks, which obviously gave you Honeybot, Link Spider and Decode Talker, so you get both of the Code Talkers, which then makes your recoded Alive card become active. So obviously this one, I probably will use this in this deck, because obviously you've got Trigate Wizard and Encode Talker that you can switch it out for, and where I'm running 3 I can go Encode for Encode, if I really needed to. So yeah, I'll look into that and get that up as soon as I can. Let us know what your thoughts are on this structure deck. I'm going to put the supers back to the front. So yeah, as I said, let us know what you think of the structure deck. Obviously I am aware that I'm behind on this, with this being released back on Thursday, which was 3 days ago for me. But this was the earliest I could pick it up, so apologies for that. I am also aware that some of the bigger channels, YouTuber channels, have already basically done the budget deck variant. I will not be looking at them. I will be doing my own version, just by reading the cards and going through them. So I hope you look forward to that, and I will see you in my next video.